Titanic was one of the biggest summer releases of the last 20 years. The film looks amazing and holds up to films today. And why's that? Because James Cameron used massive realistic sets to get the most authentic look he could, as well as diving below the ocean to explore the original ship itself. In this documentary, we will explore the realistic sets of Titanic, talking to a set designer and learning the benefits of authentic sets. The production moved to the newly built Fox Baja Studios in Rosarito, Mexico, where a full-scale RMS Titanic has been constructed. The poop deck was built on a hinge which could rise from 0 to 90 degrees in a few seconds, just as the ship's stern rose during the sinking. For the safety of the stuntmen, many props were made of foam rubber.
I'm a scenic painter and a set builder, and I've worked on shows such as Les Mis and Wicked. The benefits of a physical set is that it looks better than a CGI set, as many times you can tell CGI is used. It also allows for the cast to know what they are interacting with, rather than performing in front of just a green screen. Although realistic sets can be expensive with a budget like 200 million, they have the funding to have amazing sets built. Having a small set built would make it so much easier in scenes like the one where Jack is handcuffed to the pipe, since he can really act the scene using his surroundings, making the panic look real. CGI would not have looked as good 20 years ago, and some of the beautiful shots of the movie would have just looked poor if the CGI was used.
Although the realistic sets have their benefits, there is the argument that CGI could have been used to cut costs and time on set, rather than having to use the gigantic realistic sets. We will now be speaking to a lecturer from Chelmsford College who works in the animation department about the benefits of using CGI sets.
What is your job description?
3D animator.
What are the benefits of a CGI set?
Obviously it means you haven't got to travel somewhere, so if you want to have a location that's not where you're based, then it saves money on travelling the whole cast and crew.
Anything else?
Obviously things like rather than rebuilding the whole Titanic or sailing a boat around, it's obviously a lot quicker and cheaper as well.
How much does the CGI set cost to do?
It really depends on how big a set you want to make, doesn't it? If you're just CGI-ing like a real small room, it really depends on what sort of artist you've got and how many people you use to make it. If you're CGI-ing like a whole galaxy, like Guardians of the Galaxy, it can cost you thousands or millions, depends on your budget and what you've got.
Do you feel in 1997 that the CGI was good enough to make Titanic as good as it did?
I think it looks believable. I think having like their actual parts of their ship were actual prop-made stuff rather than CGI, and I think it needed to be that. I think too much CGI in something where your static location just looks terrible. So.
Do you feel the giant rig they had made the sinking was overkill? They could have used a CGI model instead?
I think the fact that they won 11 Oscars lets you know that it's not overkill. Whatever they did right, so they obviously did make good choices.
Now we have looked at Titanic's physical sets, we will now compare it to Life of Pi that is heavily relying on CGI. You have now heard what has gone into making the Titanic film. Now you can decide whether the large expense of the CGI and gigantic sets was necessary. Thank you for watching.